word.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Final word.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Right on the one.
You know, it's one thing about having a bye week. It's a lot of stories add up.
Yo.
So, obviously,
The final word.
we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
I mean, we can really freestyle all over.
Yeah.
True that.
So, let me see. What should
The
we
final
start
word.
with?
Man.
What,
The final word.
what should we start with, bro? I'm trying to figure it out.
Man, we gonna talk about it all, man.
Man, you can talk about a whole bunch of
final
stuff. You
word.
can talk about
The
them
final
Niners
word.
The final word.
taking two in a row. I mean,
Word.
a whole bunch of stuff. You can talk about the bye week, Rams week, 7 game stretch of NFC games week.
We can talk about the up and coming schedule.
Yeah.
He.
We got 7 straight
The
NFC
final
games.
word.
And see, I ain't never heard it said like that.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 straight.
dog.
What?
7 straight NFC games.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's smooth. That's a very smooth way to describe what's getting ready to happen. That's
So,
weighted too. That's a lot of weight on that, big dog.
Yeah, you
Lot
gotta
of-
find out. We're gonna find out what we're really made of because that 7 game
The final
NFCs.
word.
That's the critical point right there. Critical point. Can't afford to lose the NFC games, especially the division games are starting to come up right now.
And then I'm
The
gonna be
final
honest,
word.
man. Philly from this last game, they finally put together a complete
The
game.
final word.
They look good. They look like they
Yeah.
really kind of find their rhythm. So that game ain't looking as cakewalk as it as I originally thought.
I never thought it was gonna be a cakewalk, especially if we
Man,
were
I was
playing
thinking
them
we was finna
away.
roll them boys, but nah.
The final
Away?
word.
Yeah,
First
final
game away, roll them.
Final word.
No, I was thinking
I
we
can't feel that one.
not roll them, but
The
beat them
final word.
like we always do.
The final word.
What
Not
you was
our
thinking
word.
sweep this year?
Final word.
I was thinking sweep. I was thinking sweep, but now I'm thinking more kind of 1-1.
Yeah,
No,
I think they equally
I wasn't
match.
giving it a sweep. I wasn't giving it a sweep. You know, I felt like they would get us at home. It'd be one of those tough games, but you know, you're going into Philly, that crowd's gonna be
The
crazy.
final word.
You know, they're gonna be amped up. They're gonna be ready. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to see what kind of energy we match because when teams are getting get up for us and are really ready and really trying to be, you know, amped up to be physical with us, you know, I wonder if we're gonna step up to that stage because we haven't so far this year.
Well, we got
That's
to
facts
continue
right
this
there.
on the show. Coming down the tunnel, baby. Let's go.
Let's get it.
One way or another.
One way or another.
Yep.
Kinda check or something. I've been really in the film letter, yeah. When I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
All right. So, you know, the latest drama. Now, let's finish off with what you was saying, though. You was talking about some good stuff. We go start with that first. But we got some definitely topics to talk about. Another one that we definitely have to talk about is this trade deadline that's coming. I see JC Cowboys Network in the building. What's up, big homie?
Shout out to you.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
But Big, you was cooking, bro. You might as well keep going.
On which topic?
You was talking about these 7 NFL.
7 straight NFC games. Yeah. I was kind of going through the schedule and I wanted to look at it, you know, and see what we were looking like. And after, like I said, after the bye, we have the Rams, we have the Eagles, we have Giants, Carolina, Washington, Seattle, Philly again. You get what I'm saying? So that's a 7-game stretch of NFC games. And right now, Cowboys have lost 2 NFC games already, one to the Niners and one to the Cardinals. In my personal opinion, yeah, that Niners game stings. I don't like it, but that sore thumb game is going to stick out to me is the Arizona Cardinals. That's the game we should not have lost, and I feel like that is the game that's going to come back and haunt us later in the season. So Dallas is really going to have to handle their business in the 7 games. They're going to have to bring it. You know, I know they got Carolina sprinkled in there. This is the time before the November 30th is where I believe we start with the Seahawks, and then we got Buffalo, Miami, Philly, the Lions, and Washington. So you got a brutal stretch right there. So, but that 7-game stretch is where you can really make a mark. We can really if your Dallas is really trying to make a serious mark in this stretch of NFC games, this is where they're going to have to do it. Rams, Eagles, Giants. I mean, these are games that are winnable games. Obviously, that Philly game is going to be tough. They're playing very well, right? But you can beat the Rams. The Giants, you can beat them. We've had that mark over them. Carolina has not won a game yet. Please, let's not have that omen on us being the first one against them. I'm just saying. Washington again in Seattle, that'll be a tough game as well. But you feel what I'm saying, fellas? This is a stretch where we really got to really make up ground, in my opinion, in this NFC. And this is the time to do it.
Take care of business time. We control our own destiny, and you got to get in the driver's seat at this point. You know, you got to do what you need to do against the LA Rams, and then not to look far down the schedule there. I'm looking at this as a 1-week time, you know. So you coming off of your bye, you should be fresh. You should be locked, loaded, and ready. Some of the hiccups that we had previously, those should be pretty much wiped away at this point. The front 5, this will be the 4th game that these guys will be all together. So, yeah, these guys should be ready. There should be 0 excuses. I told people this morning that excuses will knock at your door with a 3-piece suit, fresh haircut, and saying, hey, I'm selling them. Are you willing to purchase? I got half off on these type of things, you know? So be ready, Cowboy Nation. Hey, Tyron Smith, you should be ready, locked, loaded, and ready to go. Tyler Smith, let's get it. Tyler Biotish, those hams and everything, they should be rocked, roll it, and ready. You know what I'm saying? My guy, Zach Martin. Big Nate was talking about this. One of the things that people overlooked was the fact that he set out this offseason, right? For the money, right? So right now, he should be ready to go. Terrence Steele, we giving him a little grace. He's coming off of that injury. Yes, he's a half step slower than what he used to be. But no excuses. We got to get this run game going. We got to run to open up the pass for Dak Prescott. And it starts this week right now versus the LA Rams, if we serious about ours.
Man, well, we got some fat super chats coming in already. My boy Amp, salute. He came out with a 20 bone, and he said, "Boss, like he said, boss, I'm pushing back on our convo earlier. I heard you say on several occasions that it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yeah.
Why is the trade deadline different? Is it fear, fake confidence, or truth? It's truth. So, because I'm gonna ask questions. Oh, because I didn't want to spin into the trade deadline. Did y'all want to get into that trade? Because I can get into that.
We can jump right into it. I don't feel like my personal opinion. This is what I'll say. I can't sit there and say they won't do anything because they did surprise me with what they did this year. So I'll give them that grace and say they may do something because I didn't think they were going to do what they did this year. That being said, I listened to Jerry. I don't know why I don't listen to him, but I heard what he was saying out there in the streets. Let me pause you real
quick and play it, and then we'll go right back to what you were saying. Okay. Is that cool?
That's cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cool.
Let me just play it real quick so that way everybody kind of we on the same page. I got it right here.
Boy said Dollar General Cowboys. I see you. Camel Toe 69.
All right, here we go, y'all.
YouTube name. Go ahead.
Jerry, when you look at the trade deadline coming up for Halloween, there's been a lot of national discussion out there, different articles written saying, it looks like the Cowboys could be one of the more aggressive teams out there on the deadline. Do you anticipate making any moves over the next week or investigating any of that?
It'll have to come our way. I don't want to preclude it in any way, but it always does. You have a lot of machinations that you're working with every day. I do. And but the initiation of an opportunity to
that man sounds bad.
That would help us. Principally has to start over on the other end. And so that's not being showing a lack of aggressiveness. It's just that's where it starts. I like where we are with our personnel today, and so I'm not thinking in any way that we need to upgrade our roster.
Jerry Jones here on the fan.
Is that me or that's you with the echo?
Yeah, who is that echo?
There's only one way to know.
Is that me, guys? Could be.
Yeah,
oh, okay. That's you.
Oh, see, you probably got us in the background because that's when it came in.
Okay, I'll come out.
Hey. I'll say he came in with the battle axe. All right, so he said proclivity, right? He's meaning that, hey, basically he's not going to pick up the phone. He's not going to break glass.
He said he's not even calling out.
He ain't going to,
He's making no calls.
We're doing it again.
Is that me again?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's you.
Jeez, man. Sorry, guys.
I don't know how that happened too, because that ain't.
I don't know what's going on with him.
That has never happened to him either, bro. Like
that's wild.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say this. Sometimes in order to get the dance, you got to get on the dance floor, and you can be sitting back and thinking she's eyeing me, I'm eyeing her, but you're not willing to get on the dance floor, so it would never happen. So your friend might get out there and he might take it, So sometimes you got to be the aggressor. Sometimes you got to pick up the phone and call. Sometimes you got to walk out there, Jerry. He's approaching this thing as a business, and I get it. The first person that pick up the phone call lose most of the leverage, right, Boss Cowboy?
Yeah.
He don't want to be the chaser, you know what I'm saying? He want them to come to him. But sometimes you got to go out there and be the person to go hunt. And they say that old dog don't hunt. Well, granted, it is what it is at this time. That dog ain't hunting, y'all.
Yeah, Big. You was the one talking about a trade.
I mean,
you was quoting Jerry, so I want to play what he said.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Jerry sounded terrible, in my opinion. He sounded absolutely terrible. Like, he sounded like, when you get so old and your slur to the side, your mouth slurs to the side, and you can't really talk like that anymore. Wow. That's where it is with Jerry. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect him, But that's just the truth, dog. I'm not listening to anything Jerry Jones is saying. But if we're talking about this trade thing going down right now, like I said, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt just because of what I've seen in the offseason. But Law just said it. You just saw the Philadelphia Eagles go get Kevin Bird.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there and saying, oh, that's crazy, but they're staying aggressive. They understand that there's a window.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of money into these players. They understand that they send out draft capital. They understand that draft capital is going to be negative next year. So it's time for us to make a run. So if we can afford and slide and make a play, it's time to get aggressive and make it happen because we want to get a chip. We just tasted the Super Bowl. Now we want it. And that's the thing that I ask myself, does the Cowboys want that? Do they want to have that taste in their mouth where it says, hey, we're already light in the pants in linebacker. We can't have any injuries at linebacker. We are suspect at corner. If we have an injury at corner, we're in trouble. We are feeling the brunt of losing Trevin Diggs. In my opinion, we are starting to feel that now. I like how Gilly is playing, but he is showing his age. Bland has been very good, but he's still young. And then beyond that, Jordan Lewis has been up and down. So, and then when you look at our linebacker position, I love what they did with Marquise Bell, but Marquise Bell is still light. Marquise Bell is only like 208 pounds. Teams are going to be able to figure out how to go against him and counteract him playing. Now, he plays great in downhill, but Malik Jefferson, he's just a guy. You got rid of Devin Harper. We signed the what's the last name? Rashaan Evans. That's a guy I had trumpeted in July to Cowboys go get him. But fellas, he had been sitting out for the whole year. You get what I'm saying? He's been sitting out the whole year. Nobody's even knocked on the door. You get what I mean? That's a flag to me. Even though I wanted him, that's still a flag. So you should be able to go and get aggressive in some aspect and what you need because you're trying to make the stretch run, right? We just said we got a 7-game NFC stretch. We got a 5-game brutal stretch after November 30th where we're pretty much playing, except maybe the Commanders are playoff teams. So you want your team to be fully equipped. And right now we are missing things and the defense is going through transitions right now. And it's not as strong as it was at the beginning of the season. And the Cowboys and the personnel, in my opinion, need to look at that and see that because that could be something that's going to be monitored later down in the year, especially in the run game, fellas.
What trades do we need? You talked about linebacker. I would say running back, taking a look at it, especially with what's going on with Rico, with that hip, right? Look like they kind of pitch counting him. So can you depend on a number 2 running back that's on a pitch count? I would say probably not, especially with his injury history. So running back. I think we good at offensive line because I feel like they got tested and they held up pretty good. I feel like we good at receiver. We got the depth. We good at quarterback. Depth too. I think we good at safety. Depth. I think we so at corner. I think we can add a corner. I want to get some ideas. You know what I mean? Like what's some
solutions. Yeah.
Well, the solution, boss, is to be aggressive for the best players in the position of need. So if there's a running back that is better than Rico that you can get to make your offense more explosive and to help your offensive line, who has been up and down so far, you do it. If there's a quality linebacker to add depth that can come in and play and or start, then you go ahead and attack that guy. If there's a quality corner out there that can help your defense get better, that is starter quality or at least dime nickel package quality, then you go ahead and add that guy. And the whole issue with the Jerry Jones comment, that doesn't sound like Jerry Jones. You know who it sounds like?
Steve.
It sounds like Stephen Jones.
Yep.
And so at this point, he's beginning, in my opinion, to echo some of the conservative viewpoints of the person that's running the organization primarily at this point, which is Stephen Jones. Because Stephen Jones is a guy that doesn't want to get taken advantage of, that doesn't want to overpay. This is why Jerry Jones is saying, hey, if they come to us, we'll talk. But if you don't come to us, that's how you don't get what you want. That's basically how you overpay. When we were at our championship best as the Dallas Cowboys, Listen, Jerry Jones didn't care about overpaying. He cared about getting what he wanted that could take us over the top, a.k.a. the Deion Sanders deal, right? So that helped us win a Super Bowl. That helped take the Cowboys over the top. So at some point, you're going to have to go ahead and go all in to a degree at some point in terms of being aggressive and getting the caliber of players that can take your roster over the top. Not just have your roster social, because the whole concern here is that as you get into this tough stretch of games, especially near the end of the year, is that defense wilts. You have an injury, just like Big Game James said. If you have anybody go down in the secondary, you're going to be extremely vulnerable. And that in itself, and if Rico goes down, he can't play. You have a third or fourth string running back who can't create or do anything or make anybody miss, and you're playing these top defenses and tough teams. That in itself will cause you to lose football.
No doubt. And it goes back to the saying, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Last year, we were 12-5, and we were talking about, we were 12-5 with the likes of a Noah Brown. And there's nothing wrong with Noah Brown. But we were 12-5 also with the likes of, with the way our interior play. We did make some move to get Jonathan Hankins inside, but we had still issues with our linebackers, right? And there was a chance, there was an opportunity to go get a Roquan Smith for a third-round draft pick. I think he went for like a third or fourth-round draft pick. That would have been something that we could have done before the trade deadline. Sometimes you got to pick up the phone and wheel and deal. And you got to be that version of Jerry Jones, not the Jerry Jones that sit on his hands, because we can look at this team and say, okay, how big is this window? When should we make the strike? When should we make that one move? And we talked about solutions. Will it be us going out there grabbing a linebacker, or will it be us? Well, I think necessarily right now we have to wait and see what the linebacker Rashaan Evans is going to look like. But would it be a situation whereas can we pull the trigger on a wide receiver? Is it such that we need to go out there and get a defensive back, not just for this season, but a young guy that a team is willing to move on from, that you can pick now so he could be your future? Because we know Stephon Gilmore, he's not here for a long stay. It's only for a cup of coffee. And as well as what you said, even with the running back room. I see us with the running back room where we got lightning. There's no power back in this particular system. And down the line, when we play another physical defensive team, will we be able to average more than 2.4 yards per toe, right? That's what we was averaging against the 49ers. Will we be able to bounce it to the outside and stay there with my guy, Tony Pollard, because he looked like a half step slower than what he was the previous year. So those are things that we have to prepare ourselves for the second half of this season, in my opinion.
I would also say...
You bring up... Thank you, boss. I'll be quick. You bring up an excellent point here. You talked about windows. I say we have a 2-year window. You don't have Dak Prescott re-signed. Okay, you don't have CeeDee Lamb at this point re-signed. You have the huge Micah Parsons contract coming up. Furthermore, you have all these rookies, these talented rookies that came in. They're going to be on expiring rookie deals. So how many of those guys are you going to keep? You got Stephon Gilmore here on a 2-year deal. You got multiple players here on 2-year deals. So your window, to your point, Law, is 2 years. And if your window is 2 years, you better be real aggressive right now. Go ahead, boss.
I'm going to flip it just a little bit, because I think we're looking at this as from a fan perspective, right?
Big fact.
So from a fan perspective, none of us wanted to hear what we heard. But if you look at it from an owner's perspective, I understand what he's doing. His posture. Oh, see, we can hear you.
No, that's not me, bro.
That's me, my bad.
Oh, it's okay. My fault.
That's not me, bro.
My fault.
See,
that damn Snicker bar was good as hell.
Boy, you killing me, man. I heard somebody back there. Hold on. I'm talking about, man, I heard somebody eating. I was over here like, boy, you were killing that Snicker.
Bruh. Hell yeah. Yes,
but from an owner perspective, I see Jerry posturing, right? Like,
right.
We got a week before the trade deadline. Well, not a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the deadline
Halloween.
is up. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
So basically, he's sitting back like, call me. Even if he's aggressive, he has to position himself. Like, for instance, do y'all go to the car dealership and say, "Oh, I love that car. Oh, I really want that car"? No, you don't.
No,
when you shopping for a car, the one you want is the one you barely look at, right?
Indifference approach, yeah.
It's the indifference approach. So when I look at it from like what he's doing in the public, I get it. Now to the owners, I get it, but the public, we go hate it as he's posturing, and it makes sense for him to posture like this in the public. The reason it makes sense for him to posture like this, because he already knows strategically, I'm going to talk one time a week. So this is my time to put it out there. If you got some guys you're shopping, we are interested, but you're going to have to call us.
Call me.
So I think this is something that can be kind of taken overboard, like Jerry and them is not aggressive. Because like last year, look at it, man. What did they do last year at the trade deadline? Who did they get? I remember. Do y'all? Yeah, we got Jonathan Hankins.
Yeah, well, Hankins, but that was coming off because we like to move things when fire and brimstone is happening. They moved that because we couldn't stop the run, right?
Yeah,
and we was talking about, can we actually get somebody in here? And then that's when we made that type of move. And then they also got down to the wire. Remember, they said, hey, we was this close to signing Judy, but the ink ran out on the paper. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't get it turned in before 3:30. It was either Judy or Brandon Cooks. It was one of those guys. And that could be the determining factor, even down the stretch. How valuable are these playoff games? How quick would one of these guys be able to fit into the folds here? Now, granted, we signed a guy that was 33 in the third years of age named T.Y. Hilton, who came over here and made some plays for us. But we was robbed in a sense because the Cowboys team is a really good team, well put together team. We just need one or two players to put them over the hump. And you see teams that make those type of moves get over the hump, and they do it via the free agency or trade. And the Cowboys been allergic to that. But granted, we gave them a little grace because they did pick up Gilmore as well as Cook this offseason, which kind of like was better than a guy by the name of James. Y'all say it with me. Washington. So that's a whole lot better. We are a lot step faster, closer this year, juxtaposed last year.
We also just picked up a quarterback. We picked up two players. You see what I'm saying?
But that's for the future, though, right? You know, if you seeing Lance out there now, that's something bad that happened.
That's
right?
if you seeing Lance out there right now, you saying season's over.
Yeah, but you might see him in the season. Might not be over. We saw Cooper Rush for 5 games last year.
Yeah.
That was injury.
But the greater need, though, to me, man, is the running back position. I mean, what about Leonard Fournette?
I agree.
I don't want no Leonard Fournette, dog.
He's a big 250-pound heavy dude that can.
But see, here's the thing. You say that, OC. Hold up. This is when you say that, OC. This is the thing. Okay, I get what we're saying about getting a running back. I feel y'all because of Rico Dowdell. That's my guy. But you know, if he's got the hip injury. But fellas, we can get all the running backs we want. But if we can't get the run blocking together, it don't matter. It don't matter if you get Leonard Fournette and he's 230 pounds. If we can't block, our blocking scheme sucks. I mean, I'm not even the blocking guy, right, OC? I'm not even the offensive line guy. But you can tell me yourself that when you see these guys coming in, when they're when they're trapping, these guys are missing blocks. They're running into each other. There's not enough spacing. They're bunched in together. The running back can't find a hole. And teams are just getting physical with us, and we're supposed to have this dominant line besides Tyler Smith. Our offensive line is getting manhandled, and the Chargers don't even have a great defensive line outside of Mack and Bosa, and Bosa was hurt. You get what I'm saying? So to me, it's like we need a running back, but we got to get this line play together because our running game is not just our running backs. It's not just Tony Pollard missing the holes. We're not creating holes for them.
Man, I wish you brought that point up early, though.
Let me speak to that really quick. You know, it's a yin and yang to the point because sometimes When you have a physical running back that hits other people and that can run through tackles, that brings up the mojo of your line. This line right now, they don't have a lot of mojo. And yeah, the blocking schemes need to be corrected. And overall, these guys just got to play better in terms of blocking in the run game. So correct you are. But it's a part of my point here, because if you cannot create a lot of seams and a lot of movement, what will help you? A big guy that can break tackles and move the power forward. Okay, and Leonard Fournette is still a guy that can break tackles and move the power forward. So it doesn't hurt you to have a big, strong back, even though, to your point, you are working out some offensive line issues.
And I think a lot of Cowboy fans are pissed because we saw Bird go to Philly, and so they want us to
Bayer,
match.
Like, Bayer, you know, he's a good safety. But no, boss. I'm gonna send you exactly to touch on this point. I'm trying to build a plan as we fly. It's gonna be at the 33 mark, and it's Big Nate. He talked just on that topic what Big Game James is saying, and it's at the 33 mark. And my guy, Coach Mark.
Where you send it?
I sent it to your. I just sent it to your Twitter DM. It's because it exactly speaks on. Is at the 33-minute mark, and it speaks exactly what's going on with this offensive line. He speaks on the time frame and everything like that. And keep in mind, I think we touched on this a little bit. This is Mike Solari first year, and also this is Jeff Blasco first year. We missing out on the last year offensive line coach, as well as the Skip Pete, who was the running back coach. So that's why you're seeing unease with the continuity with this run game, Big Game James, and the offensive line. But let me know when you got that. I'll pull it up and you can play it at the 33-minute mark.
Let me ask you this, Law. Who was this? A Mike McCarthy hire, getting Solari on there and the running back coach? Was that his personal hires?
Remember, Brian Bottas was saying, Big, remember he was talking about revenge firings? He talked about revenge firings because he was talking about, and see, Brian Bottas came on the final word and warned us that it could be some repercussions from these coaches changes. I remember that. Like he literally said, because he was like, you fired my guy, I fired your guy. And remember, Brian said, you see what's going on here? Yeah. So when it comes down to who hired Solari, it likely came from Schottenheimer as an emergency against losing Mike McCarthy's guys.
Yeah.
Which is
a soul
can
for
I say it like this? Dallas self-sabotage they self again.
Yeah.
And we paying for it. Like, and we got to get out of it. Yeah. I'm pulling it right now, Law. It's almost downloaded.
Yeah. But I think honestly though, fellas, to me, this is a mindset as well. I mean, I'm just being honest. This is just a mindset. I wanted to say something right quick, and it maybe speaks to Stephen Jones. And I don't want to make this like a cop-out, but, I played that Jonathan Allen clip with the Washington Commanders. Y'all saw it, right? The Jonathan Allen going off?
Yeah.
Y'all got to see that?
Yeah.
You can never hear a Dallas Cowboys player do that.
Oh, yeah. For 7 years.
I'm saying, do you ever hear a Cowboys player say, "Man, it's been 28 years, or it's been too long. It's been too long up in here. We need to get better." You don't ever hear that kind of, and you don't hear it in that kind of tone, right? And I just feel like, you remember, Law, when you were talking about, I think we were talking about when you come from a different team and you were an animal or something there, you come to Dallas and you lose that. Like that goes away. You don't have that kind of mojo when you come over to Dallas. Whatever you were before, you come to Dallas. I mean, it's just in my opinion, man. That stuff where Stephen Jones keeps it where y'all got to be good. This is still about the brand. Y'all don't embarrass the brand, and they can never just get out of pocket. They can never just get mad and get frustrated. They can never just go off and say, man, this is terrible, dog. After that San Francisco game, I wanted more people mad, but it was more calm business. Like it was, we got to get better. It's never, man, F this. I'm tired of this, dog. We can't be doing this no more. They don't allow it. And I feel like that takes away from our aggressiveness. It takes away from the team's aggressiveness. It takes away from the aggressiveness of the coaching, the players on down, because that's not allowed. They're not allowed to get emotional. They're not allowed to get out of line with the Cowboys way. And I feel like that does have something over, man, the way this team plays, dog, because it just me. I just feel like when we're in these tough, tight games, we be getting smacked around, and I don't like that. And I feel like up top that you stay in line and you can't get emotional. Like when Chris Richard went crazy in that Philly game.
Hey, we don't like that. Hey.
He said we didn't like that, and you didn't see with Chris Richard no more. And whenever you speak up against the brand or Dallas, or you say something, you're not going to see you no more. You're going to be gone. You got to stay in line. And I feel like that messes up our team in the big scheme of things when it comes down to these huge games and things of that nature. Just my opinion from what I'm saying. I know it's totally off topic, but it's just something that's been bothering me for a very long time.
No, it's perfect topic, and we going to come back to it. I promise you, we gonna come back to.
Oh yeah,
and
we definitely gonna come back to that.
Are we too friendly? That's the question. Are we too friendly? Really?
Oh yeah.
We go tackle that, James. I want to get back to what Law was talking about real quick and play it.
Yeah.
Let me just play it real quick.
Yeah. I think it's at 33. Coach Marv sent me that.
Here we go.
To Cowboys storylines.
All right, back here in Cowboys storyline. I know I made a joke earlier about the second half, talking about Nate and there's all that you were there this weekend, but and I know that they lost a tough game. But real quick, the relationship that you have with Dion.
It's the wrong clip. Hold on.
Where did that
dang.
You sent me the wrong clip.
Boy.
Coach Marv sent me two of them. Hold on, charge to my head, man. Hey, keep
Wham,
ad-libbing, though.
wham,
Give me the
Give
womp
him
on that one.
Give him one. He got to
I
get
ain't
it.
gonna whoop you, bro. No.
No,
Come
on.
Not for flying
Law
planes,
got to
bro.
get it. That's my
Now,
dog, but he got
you
to
sure it's because I was at the 33-minute mark. Are you sure?
No. It's this one right here. Hold on.
That's right, Law. I got you.
I got you right here, man. It's the 33 mark, right?
All right, so listen. So
bro, while I get this out to you, man. Don't whoop me, man.
No, I ain't gonna hit you with it, bro. I can't hit you because see you flying a plane, bro. I respect.
Blame Coach Marv, man.
I respect you trying to, put in content at the last minute like this, bro. I respect it.
Now this one right here, he gonna say
is that the one?
He gonna say the bye week. One is.
All right. So this what we gonna do.
That one right here.
We gonna have us a quick little audible. We gonna talk about friendliness first. Let's just talk about the friendliness. We gonna answer that question. Are we too friendly?
Yeah. Number one will have to be the Philadelphia Eagles. No one has stopped the tush push yet. Javonte Smith could be AJ Brown's number one receiver. Jason Kelce, Hall of Famer. Lane Johnson will be a Hall of Famer. They're very special. Their DB core, Darius Slay, crazy talent. James Bradbury, and I know you saw the trade. They just got Kevin Byard. Very special to see. Obviously, I know I was high on Jalen Carter before he even got the Philly. I don't know how he fell to them. Without a doubt, very special group. It's very special to see what they've done. And they still have Reddick. They still have Sweat. I don't believe they have any weaknesses on their team.
Are we too friendly?
Yep.
I'm old school, man. We all love Parsons.
Okay, so I just want to say something. I just want to say something right quick. Again, I apologize, y'all. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Get it off.
But
your
when
heart.
I saw
Get it off.
when I saw Jonathan,
listen,
that was me. What Jonathan Allen said in that whole clip, that was me. The way I feel about Dallas at times. What he was saying, they was like, did they do anything? No, they didn't do anything. They just came in there and we got behind the 8 ball. We didn't do attention to detail. We didn't bring it, and we got smacked around. And he said, is that frustrating? Yeah, it's frustrating. I'm getting tired of this stuff. It's been 7 years. I'm tired of it. It's the same damn thing. It is the same damn thing in Dallas. And then when I see that with Parsons, I get what you're saying, Micah. I get what you're saying. They do have the talent. We understand that. But for you to just go over there and frothal over them, just you frothing at the mouth. You're frothing at the mouth with these guys.
Oh my God.
Where do you hear any anger from our players, y'all? I mean, let's be real. Do y'all really hear any genuine anger from our players when we get smacked around, when we get beat bad? Where do you hear genuine anger from these players? I want to ask each one of y'all because I never hear it.
Law does it. Curse does it.
Curse does
Curse
it.
would never. Curse would never.
Curse does it. I will give that. Curse does it.
No, they shut you up with a new contract. You lose your passion. You don't lose your money.
See what I'm saying, OC? And you know it, right?
No, I agree with you, man. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a culture thing, and the culture of the Philadelphia Eagles as an organization, it aligns in some regard with the culture of the fan base, with the culture of the city. It's gritty, it's hard, it's a hustle, it's we coming for you, we go do everything we can to beat you, we go be loudmouth, we're going to be proud. That's the Eagles fan base. And then it mirrors with the team. The culture of the Dallas Cowboys is still a marketing agency.
Corporate
and a team
Cowboys.
that is going to be good, but not going to be great. Unless it's just through draft picks and it's not going to be through making major moves in free agency normally. And the culture, even if you have the players, the culture isn't dog eat dog. We used to talk about something a lot more than we do now. Competition, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you create a competitive environment, you cause people to rise. It's not a competitive enough environment, and it has to start from the head down. And until you get that environment, then what happens is that people that have fought and dug and cried and did everything they had to do to get on the football field, when they start to beat your tail and they got that extra gear, you don't have it because you've never been pushed and you never had to fight that hard.
No doubt. When you see that beautiful lady, you can look, but don't daze, don't stare. It's okay, to acknowledge, but you can't go into the deep end. And I get it. You can have my heart but not my eyes type of approach, but the Cowboys got that type of culture. Of we gonna stare, we gonna gaze. I meant to say, and we gonna go into the deep end of it, and we don't supposed to. Like Kevin Byard, yes, he's on the Eagles now. But I don't forget he danced on All-Star. So what you think he gonna do? Now that he's in the Eagles uniform, that's gonna inflate
he's gonna take it to another level, Law. And here's the thing, Law. They're gonna embrace him. He's gonna embrace that culture. He's going to embrace it, and then he's gonna take it, like you said, take it to another level, right? So then I understand what you guys were talking about, us being the villain, but this is where I remember, Law, when I gave you pushback about the villain.
Yeah.
And this is the only reason why I gave you pushback with the villain. Yeah, they want to beat us, but they don't, in my opinion, they don't want to beat us because we a villain, because we smacking people around. They want to beat us because y'all always talking and we want to shut y'all up. That's what I feel like it is with us, that a villain is somebody going through smacking and killing folks, and you got to get this dude up out of here because he's causing treachery. In my opinion, we're not doing that. We're not causing treachery. We're not doing that. But we are doing a lot of talking, saying we're always good every year, and teams don't want to hear that from us. And that's why they want to smack us in the mouth to say, yeah, see, you thought you was good, but you really ain't. You're really the same team you always are. And that's what teams want to talk to us like. And I don't like that, fellas. That's just from my perspective, y'all. Just from me. I don't like it. I hate it. It makes me sick because I think that's what teams really think about Dallas. Y'all always think y'all better than you are, and we're going to whip your tails. We're going to show you're not tough. And when teams want to get physical with us, and when they have the mindset that said, we're going to stay with this, we're going to run no matter what they say, and they usually do it. Teams impose their will on us. We don't impose our will on teams, y'all. In my opinion, we don't impose our will on teams. And that's what I don't like. And I feel like that's what keeps us our edge away when we're playing these tough teams in these tough games, we don't have that edge because we don't impose our will on people. They do it on our team.
Hey, I'm sorry, I gotta rub this in a little bit. Big, turn your head. This gonna piss you off. Just trust me. Just turn your head. Trust me on this. Christian McCaffrey appears to shut down jersey swap with Vikings Harrison.
Wow.
I'm good.
No, he said no.
No. I'm good. No, Phillips is like, hey, let's exchange us, let's trade. And McCaffrey's like, no.
I'm good. I'm good.
God.
Wow.
I'm good. Wow. Yeah. See,
I'm
really mad now.
I told you to turn your head, bro. I know it's gonna piss you off.
Now I'm really mad. Now I'm really mad. Because we talked about this when he did that. I haven't let that go. I haven't let this San Francisco game go. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have moved past it, but you just opened the wound again. And this is supposed to be our top, and nobody's doubting Micah Parsons' talent, okay? But guess what? Dallas done sucked you into Hollywood. And now you're a brand. Now they branded you. You came in doggish, and you still had that ability. No doubting the ability, okay? But now you're just so nice and friendly on your podcast, and everybody, you're just so friendly with everybody. Don't talk about Daniel Jones. Don't talk about Zach Wilson. Leave those guys alone. Stop saying they're sorry. That's just not right. What? Wow.
What we want is right before a boxing match, right? When you see Tank Davis, when he get ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? He ain't telling everybody, yeah, man, that's a good fighter, man. Now I'm gonna rip your head off. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey, when I get you in the ring, after the fight, we can talk about, man, good kudos and credence, But don't do it before the fight. You gotta put the fear of God in somewhere into these people, man, and they're not gonna get that, man, when you pillow talking them. That's all I'm saying from a defensive perspective. And I ain't never played in the National Football League, man. I get all of that, but I just never. It's gonna take some time for me to get used to this, y'all. That's all I'm saying. That's right. Ain't it right, OC? Gonna take time, huh?
Can I try to give a?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to give.
Go ahead.
The only way this could be smart, the only way is if he trying to get their guard down.
True.
That is the but
they're
that's
not.
But
do
that's
you think
big.
the
I'm gonna be honest though,
Philadelphia
big.
Eagles
I'm gonna
having
be
their
honest.
guard down?
I'm extremely
No,
reaching doing that, bro. I'm extremely reaching. You see me doing this? That's me right now.
Yes,
I'm reaching on that, dog.
Okay. I feel you.
I mean, look, I think this about Micah Parsons, man. Micah Parsons, at the end of the day, he's a guy that really tells no tales. He's a truth teller,
right?
And he's just calling it just like he sees it. And that's his gift, and in this environment, that could be a curse too, right? Some of that stuff you need to hold back a little bit, but he is aware that he is really a $100 million+ brand, and so he's gonna build that and parlay all of that as long as he's a Cowboy until the end of his career. I mean, that's just what it is. That's why he started the podcast. But the element going back to San Francisco that you spoke about, Big, you said you're not over. Well, look, Jerry Jones not over. Jerry Jones said himself that he wished we would have played better and had a better showing versus San Francisco. He hoped that we didn't get whooped because we want to get that Arizona game or get that San Francisco game back later in the schedule if we lose a game or two late. And he said that himself today. So at the end of the day, the mentality that is allowed to be given by the head coach in the front office, again, goes to the players. That's why McCaffrey said, hey, man, I'm good. Like, no, man, like, it's cool, but I'm not giving you my jersey because you know what? It's old school. It's old school, law. We're taught to not like our
But
opponents.
OC, he took Micah's jersey.
Yeah, when you winning,
that's
what
makes
you
when you winning. Right.
See,
You feel me,
but
Bo?
this will make it worse.
It's almost like I took your manhood because
Yeah.
we killed you. I'm gonna take your jersey because you look punk.
It's
We
okay.
killed you.
Right. Exactly. I can definitely.
We just got finished.
Yeah, I can definitely sit there with you. Yeah. I could definitely sit there and take a picture with you. We just smashed you. I'm smiling, and you're smiling. With I whooped you. Why wouldn't I take a picture with you? I smacked you. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, there's a more of an old school mentality. Well, the GM, I ain't saying he's perfect, but John Lynch, we know what he was, right? He was hard nosed, right?
The dog.
We don't have football guys in our office, guys. And Jimmy Johnson said this, and that's what always made Jerry Jones mad, because Jimmy Johnson would always tell Jerry, you're not a football guy. You don't know football. And that's what would make Jerry Jones mad. He would say it to his face. You don't know football, dog. Leave this to me. You just spend the money, but leave this to me and let me do this. You get what I'm saying? We don't have a guy that's in the building that's like that anymore. Jerry don't want a guy like that anymore. Steven probably don't either. And thus, we are, like you said, corporate Cowboys. It's okay for them to say, Micah, go ahead and make that podcast because you're still talking about Dallas. Everybody's still got Dallas in their mouths if you're doing that podcast. So they're never going to be mad at that. And you're being nice. You're being nice with the brand. So we're feeling good about that.
Big Gang, let me do some pushbacks right quick, because a lot of people think that we are mad at Micah Parsons. No, we pointing out the obvious. When Spence got his ass whooped out there, he didn't tell old Bud, hey, man, let me get those gloves up off you, man, so I can go take these gloves back to the crib. And what you going to remember these gloves for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what you hang that dog jersey up is going to be at the end of the day when you're talking to your kids, when you're talking to your loved ones, what you going to tell them? Oh, this was the jersey, man, that Christian McCaffrey wore, man, when he beat us 42-10. Cowboys, man. Sugar, man. We just talking real stuff,
you know
man.
What?
We talking stuff, man. I'm 40 years old over here.
I love you, Law.
Okay. Mine gonna be quick, and I'm going right to
you. Yeah.
Law stole my point, bro. Because you got to realize when McCaffrey takes your jersey after a blowout, that he's literally putting your line skins on his wall.
Come on with it.
I'm going to say that again. You call yourself the Lion, and then when you give him your jersey after a blowout, he forever gets to say, hey, that guy with the gold jacket, this is his jersey when we blew him out, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gave it to me off his back. You are forever going to be a bragging piece to the McCaffrey household. Like, you know how lions are on some people's wall?
Yeah.
You see they skins and they head? That's exactly, and that's why McCaffrey said no.
He said no.
You not finna get.
You are right. 100%.
You not finna get my skin on your wall after an L.
Exactly. Yeah.
Put it like
guess
this,
what?
though.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Do you think Fred Warner and them would probably be looking at him when he came in the locker room if he did that? I mean, those guys in the locker room would probably be looking at him like, "Really, bruh? You did that? After we just had that tough ball game." There's a mentality within the players as well too. And one last thing, I want to say two things, Lord. Then I'm gonna give it to you.
Jersey swap equals got the draws.
Man, you feel me?
Hey, bro, come on, dog.
Finish him.
Shit. Man.
No, God.
Got the draws.
Please, no. No.
Got the draws.
Hey, man. I'm gonna
But
ask
you know what?
straight
The
up.
law.
I'm gonna ask you straight up though. Go ahead.
Law. I know you be doing it, but see, I'm not gonna apologize because I said something about a player. I'm not apologizing. Okay, y'all can apologize. Y'all can apologize. I'm not saying I love the players. I mean, we have to walk these fine lines where we can't say one thing about you guys. No, I'm not doing that, dog. Like, when he first came in the league, y'all, let's be honest. Law, when he first came in the league, was we all feeling that lion?
Yes.
I'm the lion.
Yes.
I'm the hunter.
Yes.
Were we all feeling that when he first came in? Tell me
Yes.
if you're feeling that right now.
No.
Do you look at him like that the same way you did when he first came in?
I don't. Play-wise, yes. Mentality,
no.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Well, what made it so bad, and I don't want to rub this in any further, but what made it so bad is that Micah is the emotional leader of the defense.
Right.
And the whole defense is looking at his actions, right?
Yes.
And he got to remember the significance of that, right? They're looking at him like, okay, he gave the jersey like Michael cool. If Michael would have been like, man, get out my face and said something really to him, right?
Right.
The whole defense
Right,
OC.
Like, speaking OC.
We don't play
Speaking
that.
OC.
We don't play that. We're not friends. And they would have came out and got better and been harder. But when you do that, you're telling the inferior players that aren't even as good as you that they can relax a little bit. And that was the biggest part of the leadership fail. You know what it was? It was a leadership fail.
Break it down, man.
That's it.
Talk real. You talking
Can we
real.
clap it up for the OC for that? Can we clap it up?
I'm gonna say this.
We gotta clap for that.
That's real. That was 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 real right there. That was real right there.
Here's what people don't understand. When Talib snatched Crabtree chain, that's war. You know what I'm saying? And that's and I know my guy Boss can probably break it down even more because those are rivalries. They putting on for a city. They putting on for a local team. You know what I'm saying? Those guys don't blend well together. You know, it's not like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's go shake hands and drink some apple juice afterwards. No, that's the mindset that them boys had out there. That's the type of mindset and mentality that this game and sport is for most of us fans. So it's hard pressed for us to sit back and say, hey, man, it's just a 49er. That's a good player over there on that team. No, because it's just like the Talib versus Crabtree mentality. But that's a whole nother story, man. Go ahead.
I brought on a player that I played with who definitely was an NFL player, never made it. But I played with him.
Yeah.
And he was the meanest player that I ever played with. Just was mean for nothing. For no reason. Yeah. Took every cheap shot, every one of them, and took it to the max. And to OC's point, I would never, just watching my dog play, I will play harder. Right. I will play harder. Just like, nah, bro, my boy's out here giving everything he has. He's putting his soul into this. So I'm not helping y'all up. Matter of fact, if we at the bottom of the pile, I'm gonna bite you. Then I'm gonna hit you where the ref can't see it. Like, because I see my teammate is putting his blood on this. The OC made the biggest point. And that's where Micah can be selfish with this podcast, where you trying to be so fair to the public to where you're being the guy that's like, well, I'm different. I give guys credit. Philly is playing good. I'm going to give them credit. That's honorable, but it's not something that's going to rally your guys. You know, and it's like, and I said this. I said he should have swapped the jersey with McCaffrey, took it into the locker room and burned it. That's exactly what I said he should have did. And it's to rally your guys. It's the next time we see these guys, we go play better. And I don't accept his gift. I really mean that. Yeah.
The players would have remembered that.
Not to double down on this even further, but
double down on it.
Think about this even more is that Micah is the influencer that's young enough that hasn't been completely taken by the now culture of the Dallas Cowboys to where he could make a difference. So he's almost like the only hope for you guys to be the dog. That's really what it is.
Right. He's the only hope.
He's the beacon of light.
Can I be honest,
for
bro?
you guys to be a dog, right?
We really need.
He's the only hope.
And so furthermore, you know, within the organization, and I think Micah is so critical to this, and I thought maybe Terrence Steele, but like I don't think this year because it's just his play right now. But it's like you have to have a standard of play. And that standard of play has to be governed in your locker room. Because I remember even being in college at a Division I college, man, like my first couple years there, Boss, some of those old guys that you remember, it was the standard. Like if you didn't go hard, they would chew you out. If you got beat bad, some guys would come in that locker room and they would try to fight you. They would try to physically fight you because you got beat bad out there and you made us lose. You hurt us and you didn't give your best. They were ready to almost physically fight you. It was grown men, and this is the kind of locker room that me and Boss Cowboy was in coming up. So in the NFL, it was even greater. During the Jimmy Jones era, there was a standard of play. It was no soft play. It was no cotton candy. It was no pussycats out there. None. It's like, and if you were one of those guys, dude, you couldn't make it in that locker room. They'll run you out of there. And that's what I think the Cowboys have to do.
Can I say this one more thing, OC, before you finish out?
Go
And I'm being honest. And I'm being truthful. Can someone remind Parsons, week 9, that damn game is personal?
Yeah.
I don't want us to go in here thinking that, hey, when we knock an Eagle guy down, let's help him up. No. Hey, when they score, we need to remind him that game is personal.
No.
Can I start on Twitter then? Because now I just looking at Twitter. I am, because right now I'm looking at the tweet right now, and this is what pisses me off right now. Okay, Brunson, you know who we're talking about.
Right.
Just retweets this and says, nothing they say matters. Their best player has spoken. Fly, Eagles, fly. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
You see what y'all did? You just gave that fan base. Yeah. You see they gave that fan base. The fan base is already saying, see, y'all weak. Mm-hmm. Y'all weak. Look, your best player is even saying we better than y'all. Y'all weak. That's what they're saying. Yeah. So where are we going to come in
their
that
best
game
player has laid down.
Has basically said they're better than us. That's what they're saying. So where do we think when we go in that game in 2 weeks where we're going to have an edge?
Let me flip it.
Okay, please flip it.
Yeah. And this ball.
No, ain't no maybe.
Okay,
it could be.
Let me flip it.
Yeah.
Let me flip it. Because Micah may be saying this as a media message to the organization that, hey, man, these guys are committed to get the absolute best players. You see the draft pick, you see the trade, you see this, you see that. They're committed to get the best players. Basically, an easy window as to say, why are we not committed to getting the best players? That also could be possibly in play here. I want to throw that out there.
Guys. We already got the best.
It's a reach, but it's a good reach. I reach too.
It's a good reach.
It's a good reach. I'll at least lean on that.
I'll reach with that. I'll reach with that. We'll all reach with that, OC. I'll reach with that, OC. I'll reach with that.
I still don't like it though.
He's playing a dirty game though. But you know, it's a super reach because you took that picture with Christian McCaffrey. That's why I can't believe it. Because you took that picture. If you never took that picture, then I would believe it more. But because you took that picture with him, and then after they lost to the Cardinals, he was just. And listen, I'm not dogging Parsons like I hate the man or anything. No, I'm not doing that. But this is like you just said, OC.
Yeah.
This is our emotional. This is supposed to be our emotional leader now. You came in being an animal. So naturally, the people are going to follow you. And you have the type of personality where people will follow you. So when you're coming like that now, after coming in a certain way, I feel like you're falling into the trap of the corporate Cowboys. You're falling into the trap. And I hate seeing it because I'm looking at it right in front of me. You're falling for that trap, dog. And it's not a good trap when you're worried about that brand. Because when you start worrying about that brand, it takes away that aggressiveness. And, dog, that's what we are missing in this organization. Assertiveness, aggressiveness, competitiveness. I think we're competitive, but that aggressiveness and assertiveness, it's been killed from them Joneses, dog. They don't even let them be in the media aggressive. They don't. They don't want aggressive no more.
Put that in 3-inch. What you call it? What Jimmy said? Put in 3-inch headlines. Put that in there. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna whoop his.
Jimmy was aggressive.
Yeah, he was aggressive with it. We don't have that mentality here, so we're gonna have to figure out ways, man. Hey, do you got that clip played? Because it's gonna fit right on in at this point.
Got it.
I hope it's the right clip.
I hope it is too.
With that being said, I mean, call and ask a question about the offensive lineman. If I have one of the greatest offensive linemen, Hall of Fame offensive lineman on the line. So, Nate, not a lot, or has a lot changed in how offensive linemen play when you were playing versus what it is now. Like, the basic principles shouldn't have changed as much, but I guess a lot has changed. I'm not sure. I want to get your opinion on that. And the other thing is that with how as great of an offensive lineman that you were and the team that you played with, what do you think is the missing ingredient or missing key that would make us that great offensive line currently? And if we are missing it 6 games into the season, do you think we can get it and turn it around and actually make a true end of the season run and hopefully a playoff and Super Bowl run? So that's just my question. I know it's I put a lot out there, but just want to see if you could speak to that.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. Take care of those kids.
I'm gonna tell you something. Physical. This offensive line is not physical enough. And that's the bottom line. We got to get tougher.
How do you get tougher in the season? Can you get tougher?
It's just a mindset, and maybe it's health. My right guard ain't as physical as he needs to be. Our right tackle is still recovering. So it's kind of, I'll tell you guys, it's hard for me to judge a kid like it was for me for Michael Gallup last year. Were you coming off Achilles or you coming off a bad knee tear? It's just hard for me to sit up and say, hey, man, we just paid you a tub of money. You need to be doing. No, it don't work that way. These injuries, these are still humans we're talking about. Now, Tyron Smith, hats off to you, tip my hat to you, but you can see him aging. Mm-hmm. You can see him aging. Our left guard is okay. He just need better players around him. You're right. Your center got to get healthy. Our center is above average center, but he has to be healthy. Injuries take away from his ability to play well.
Yeah. The thing you see.
You can stop it there, man. And y'all can pick up from there, man. What he said, toughness, physicality.
It's just like what the OC's been telling you, man. You got a combination of aging players and hurt players. That's what you got. And you got one good young player overall in Tyler Smith. So, what do you do in this situation? And I've mentioned it before, it's worth repeating. You hope that these guys get stronger cohesively throughout the course of the season. Number one, you hope that happens. But in the meantime, in between time, you need to scheme schematically with bunch blocking formations, with zone concepts, with toss, pin, and pull options in terms of how you run the ball and how you get your now best running back, Tony Pollard, out to the edges and get him in and out of gaps. All right, that's what you got to do, because right now it's not enough time in the season to get Terrence Steele healthy. He's going to be pretty much what he is right now. Now, the offseason is going to make a world of difference. He'll come back. He'll be much more stronger, much more explosive. Zach Martin is aging. He's a tick slower. He's a tick off, just because when you play offensive line, I'll say something, you age overnight. You age fast, because all those hits, all those snaps. I was talking to a former NFL guard actually this week. I played 10 years in the NFL. And, man, he has lot of, like, No, a guy you don't know him, boss. A guy, he's a Samoan. But anyway, had an opportunity to talk to him, and 10 years in the league, played guard, and he told me, he said, look, man, the fall off is tremendous. I played as long as I could, but man, when I got tired, when my body started to get stiff, I just couldn't react. I wasn't strong. He said it was it for me, and I held on for 2 more years. But man, it was it for me. I knew it in year 8, and I played 2 more years. And so that's what happens when you see like a Zach Martin. Not saying that he's going to fall off that dramatically, but you can see the decline like pretty quickly this year. You see Tyron Smith, he's doing everything he can do. but Father Time is undefeated. Okay, and all shout out to him and Zach Martin. Those guys are future first ballot Hall of Famers. But you have to take advantage of being aggressive in the draft. You have to take advantage of free agency, and you have to schematically, Law, to our conversation last week, do things to help your offensive line, because this is what it is right now.
Yeah.
Just as a side note, I'm gonna be honest. It grieves me when we always gotta apologize to say what we honestly
Yes,
feel.
man.
That get on my nerves. Yeah. Like why we gotta always?
We ain't gotta apologize. I ain't apologize about nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't
feel me, boss?
No
yeah, we always gotta. We always gotta say sorry,
bro.
players.
No, we ain't gotta. No.
Sorry, just because.
Let me say this real quick, Big.
Go ahead. Get it off.
You gotta recognize, bro. And like Big ain't gotta tell me that he love me every time he tell me I need gum.
Right.
Like damn, it's like just sometimes just give me the gum. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we doing with Micah. Like stop all this crybaby stuff. Like, oh man, are y'all saying no. We saying that he need to be the leader. Nobody tripping on his play. We love Micah play. We love his hustle. We love everything. We know he giving 110. We trying to give him up to 130. And we trying to get him to make that defense go up to 120 when they at 110. Yeah. So anybody that care about this team should be willing to call out or criticize anybody. There ain't no friends in this. And this is something we should be willing to tell him. Like this is something that I know all four of us would tell him. Like we would sit here and be like, bro, I don't agree with what you're doing on this. And like, obviously I'm not where you are with the money temptations and the spotlight and all that. But I'm thinking just purely about what likely would help your teammates, and you jersey swapping and doing all that. I almost guarantee that some don't care, but some do. And the ones that do, you messing it up for them, big dog. And a real homie go tell you. And that's just straight up.
Just straight up, man.
But you know what you just said, boss? You know what you just said, though, boss? When you just said, I don't know about the temptations or anything like that, I agree with you. But guess what? The other teams got them same damn temptations as Micah Parsons and them. So there ain't no difference. They all got the same temptations. One thing I know is this. I'm going to just say this, y'all. And I'm not trumpeting no damn Philly or San Francisco or whatever. But what I do, they, like OC said, they have, when you come into that organization, it's like a camaraderie. This is what we about. This is what we going to do. And this is how it happens. You get what I'm saying? When you come into Dallas, I just don't feel like it's that grittiness. We don't have grittiness. And the teams that have the grittiness, it's almost like, you know what it is, y'all, right? Y'all, it's almost like we the fake thug, right? We out there thugging it in the certain spots, right? We thugging it in the certain spots. Y'all know what it is. You thug it in the certain spots. There's certain spots you don't go to because them real ones, right? They gonna pull your card. The real ones gonna pull your card quick, and they gonna test you. Oh, you think you all that? Well, we gonna see, right? They gonna test you. So we tough in the certain neighborhoods, but we ain't tough in them gutter neighborhoods. And when we go down to them gutter neighborhoods, we be getting our money took.
Yeah. So real quick, we did say we was gonna talk about them Rams. And, you know, I looked at some games. I want to kind of, you know, before we start taking them super chats and get up out of here, I want to kind of get y'all initial thoughts on these Rams and just kind of like what to expect from them. Because from what I was looking at and from what I'm researching already on them, they are still a dangerous team because even though they don't have a record that reflects that they're competitive. And I think you said it big, they getting healthy at the right time. So this is another one of those games not to sleep on. We also know this is a well-coached team. This is you're a fool if you sleeping on Sean. Like he one of those dudes that can get that team ready to go. Obviously I'm happy that we playing them at the house, but like the Rams is something that we got to keep our on. And I'm gonna also say this last thing just real quick before we get deep into the Rams. I was talking to my boy Landlord today on this show, and he got a new campaign that he said he want to spam CeeDee Lamb. Because when you go look at the targets, especially if you go look at what they doing even with the Rams, it's a damn shame that you see the targets that CeeDee Lamb is getting compared to even their second team receiver. And it's a lot in that I'm going to definitely talk about. I might not have time to get into it now, but I'm going to just say this. I'm at this point very convinced that this is something that's starting from the very top.
Yep.
This is something that started from the very top. I want y'all to hear me out. We might have messed up, y'all. Just pointing at Kellen. We might have messed up. Because what it looked like is when Kellen was talking about, oh, we got to be careful not to target one guy, right? And then I saw Mike McCarthy saying, I want, at that time, Amari to get the ball. Well, in my mind, it sounded like McCarthy was fighting for more targets and Kellen was being the Trojan horse company man. But when you see the same results and the same actions when those coaches are leaving, it's not coming from those coaches. When you see receiver by committee under Scott Linehan, then it get reincarnated again under Kellen Moore. And you seeing the same messages from Dez and them crew that you seeing with the new 88 crew. Front office forces who they or dictate who they go get the ball to. So it's almost like, why would I even be crunk on talent at the trade deadline when it's looking like it's not even a talent is our problem? But getting back into the Rams, man, I just we gotta feed CeeDee Lamb now and going forward.
Well, before y'all go into that, I'm just going to touch a little bit on this. The Eagles target the hell out of A.J. Brown.
Yeah, they do.
He had 15 targets last game and 10 receptions. And
he's on a tear.
He's five games in a row where this dude have 130 some yards or 125 yards or more.
Broke a record.
And it's because they continue to use him, and they continue to target him. There's nothing wrong with the other wide receiver or the tight end, but you're going to have to look at it and say, hey, this is a game of matchups. Right. And you want to get the ball to your best guy out there on the field. Logically speaking, yes, we like the storyline of Michael Gallup getting $60 million, and we understood the mindset of bringing in Brandon Cooks, and he haven't lived up to the expectations yet. But you're going to have to look into the mirror and say to yourself, are we trying to win games or are we trying to count pocketbooks or checks or what have you? So I think that the Cowboys should focus in and say, hey, come hell and high water, CeeDee Lamb, you my guy. It may not look pretty. It may be some situations where we're going to try to get you the ball and you may not be ready. But at least you will be on pace and on the groove ready for when it's time for playoffs, right? I see this team as being a playoff team, but I don't want this team to become a political size team or political football, whereas we saying it was one time that they literally said this. We only drew up 4 plays for CeeDee Lamb in a 60-minute game. That's shame.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. That should never happen. That should be blasphemous. Go ahead. Go ahead, y'all.
Well, I mean, A.J. Brown, you know what he said? He said when he was target less and then they went on that tear, what'd you bring me over here for? I'm the money guy. What did you bring me over here for? I'm the money guy. I'm the man. You give me the ball. Right. And they said, okay, you're right. You are the man. We traded all these picks. You're the guy. We drafted Devontae Smith. We love him, but you're the guy. So if you're the guy, we got to feed off you. And guess what? You don't tell me that team don't feed off his energy once he starts getting that damn ball. Watch the games. Watch the damn games.
Yes,
watch the damn games.
Bro.
When he starts getting the damn ball and he starts getting gets all into it, man, that whole team takes it to a whole different level. That's period. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why we don't do it with Lamb, because when we were playing against, well, you're right. But when we played the Chargers, right, and they went right down the field and scored on us, what we do? All of a sudden we got aggressive, and who we give the damn ball to? CeeDee Lamb. And what happened? We moved the ball right down the field and scored a damn touchdown. Facts. So how hard is it to figure out what to do? You start out giving your best player the ball first. You feed your best player the ball first. Once he gets a cooking and getting your team all emotionally in it, then you find Brandon Cooks. Then you find Jake Ferguson. Then you find those guys. But when you come into any damn game, you get your best player the ball. That's what you're supposed to do, period. And you got to do it in this Ram game. Don't go out there trying to be pretty. I don't care. I'm going to tell you right now about Michael Gallup. I ain't hate on Michael Gallup, but I never advocated on re-signing Michael Gallup, ever. I said don't ever pay that number 2 receiver because you can always find that number 2 receiver in the draft. You always can. And coming off an injury, come on, dog. And you talking about CeeDee Lamb getting less targets? Here's the thing. It's the money grab. They signed Gallup, so he's got to play over Tolbert. Because the money says he's got to play over Tolbert because Tolbert ain't getting no burn. I see him here and there. Why were we trumpeting Tolbert did all this in the offseason? Tolbert looks great. Tolbert looks like this. Tolbert looks like that. Tolbert like this. Tolbert. And you ain't heard nothing about no damn Jalen Tolbert. And the times he has gotten the ball, he has been very effective. But no, like you said, the calls are coming from up top, and I've been saying this for years. Not saying they're physically going through the playbook. I counter X, Y, Y, Z. They're not doing that. But
No.
you know what they are doing? Hey, we did spend that money on that guy over there, and I would definitely like to see him playing more.
Yep.
I definitely
That's
like to see him playing more. We spent that draft pick on. We spent that draft pick on him, so he needs to get up in that lineup. You feel me?
That subtle pressure.
And Mike McCarthy saying no, right? We saw Any Given Sunday, right? I feel like that was the realest football movie ever because did you see when the owner and then we're talking with Al Pacino? What were they doing? Hey, he need to get on field. I didn't do this for that. He got to play. They were doing the same damn things. You don't think that don't go on in NFL organizations, and you definitely got to believe it goes on in Dallas.
It definitely goes on. It's evident. It's evident.
Well, back to what we said earlier, and why Jerry Jones no longer employs Jimmy Johnson. Your front office is not real football guys. Now you do have a football guy, but he's been paid off. His name is Will McClay, so he's a real football guy. But at the end of the day, because of the finance and the commerce part of this thing, you don't make the right decisions. And so there's no reason in God's green earth that CeeDee Lamb should not be getting at least 10 targets a game. It's no way. The reason why the team we're playing now won a Super Bowl is because in the second half of that Super Bowl, who did they throw the ball to 90% of the time? It was Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp got the job done. And CeeDee Lamb is a guy that wins on routes. He gets open. He's young. He's talented. There is no excuse and why that you should not give this man the football. And so we're going to see the tale of two worlds here, right? Because, look, they're going to be committed to scheming and getting Cooper Kupp open in a variety of ways. They're going to give him the ball in a variety of ways. Will we give the ball, and I said this last week, will we give the ball to our best players and create plays for our best players? If we give the ball to our best players on a consistent basis in a variety of ways, we will win the game. If we do not, when we play good teams, we will lose.
And our problem is Frank Sinatra. That's our problem.
Frank Sinatra.
Yep.
That's our real problem. Is it's too much trying to have it your way. You know? And it's one of those things that, like, a lot of people not gonna call it out. We just gotta continue to call it out. That's the key to it. It do get old to talk about it, but it's something we gotta keep the pressure up. Because see, I'm from Dallas. I'm born and raised in this city. The Rangers are currently headed to the championship.
The World Series.
The World Series.
World Series.
Big deal in Dallas. You know how big that is.
Right. Hell yeah.
That's
the Rangers.
A big deal.
How long it been? How long it been?
Bro, 2011 since we've been, but we ain't never won it. We have never
That's
won
what I'm saying.
We have never won it.
Are they going to play the Phillies?
I hope so.
I hope so. Wouldn't that be perfect?
I actually don't hope so.
Right.
I just want them to win by any means necessary.
Right.
But I said all that to say they was talking about the background of why they went from not having a win, not even making the playoffs the last 6 years, to all of a sudden you in a championship. They said one of the main things that they did when they had a brand new GM is they said that they allowed him to make the decisions. And that's what we not doing. It's too much meddling. I'm just convinced of it. It's too much meddling. It's too much. Yeah, Amari's good, but we gotta pay CeeDee. So we just gotta ramp down Amari. We gotta ramp it because we gotta ramp up CeeDee. Then when it's time for CeeDee to get his money, we gotta pay him, so we gotta ramp him down.
Control the contract.
Yeah, or organically speaking.
Yeah. We can't have all these defensive linemen getting these sacks because we gotta pay these guys. They not allowing the coaches to just go. It's too much Frank Sinatra, bro. And then because I keep seeing people say it's on Dak to target these people. I want to play something real quick. And I want y'all to really listen. Hold on. Listen, though. Me and Law was on the show. Listen.
Or was he going to be more like a run and gun type QB? And I think the jail that he's done, man, look at Barry Church one line right there. That's real life, man. Look at picture that you being a receiver and you going against, certain people like him, and you being out there from practice with no worries because you already know.
So
now
can you pick out the two?
See, I was pressuring him to pick Romo or Dak.
Oh my God.
Now to me, this is my personal preference.
Okay.
Boy, you throwing a grenade over here.
Yep.
I threw a grenade, Law. A grenade.
Yeah, you finna
a big one. He said, "Say it." Say it.
But I'm gonna break this down though. Super important.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, bro, but
bro,
I'm so proud of everybody because we was so quiet waiting for this answer.
Look how everybody was waiting for this.
Boy,
I already knew what he was gonna say. Listen,
man, nobody interrupted him.
Hey, boss, I knew what he was gonna say when he said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be honest, bro." When he said that, I already know who you already know who you're picking. You're apologizing right now because you know who you about to pick.
Man, boy,
hey, man, why you gonna kick this grenade off right now, though, boss?
It's
Come
important,
on, man.
No, because I got a bigger point to it. I got a bigger point.
All right, go ahead.
It just sent me, bro. Tony gonna do it.
Yeah.
Tony
Romo.
Tony gonna do it because
Makes sense.
to me.
Makes sense.
Because to me, now
the important thing is why. See, people go get caught up on that. I'm going with Romo, like Romo better than that. Listen to the why.
This is just to me.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that makes Tony like one of my favorite quarterbacks I've ever had a chance to be on the same field with. He's the type of quarterback, if your coach calls a bullshit play.
I'm sorry. That was me losing it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. See, the why is why I played this, Law. You see what I'm saying? He said if your coach called a bullshit play.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's like,
Wait,
I'm not doing
no sound effects. Let him talk. Go ahead.
But
Go ahead. Let him talk.
Let's say that your coach called a play that you that you know that's not gonna work. And it hasn't been working the whole game.
Oh.
Tony's the type of quarterback that he'll just say, just go line up on the ball. Just go line up on the ball.
Well, people see when we saying Dak need to do this, we not just talking.
And if you go back from when I scored the playoff touchdown versus the Green Bay Packers, if you go back and go watch the play, Tony's telling me to run that. That wasn't called. That wasn't called. And I'm not afraid to say this. This is real life right
This is real
life.
He said, I'm not afraid to say this. He's spilling the beans too.
I'm not afraid to say this.
You done assassinated
Hey,
Terrence
your,
with
your,
that.
hey, boss, your audio is louder than his, so you gotta let him.
I got it.
Go ahead, Terrence.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You kind of cut out. Go back to the bullshit play.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tony's the type of dude to say, just line up on the ball, and like, look, he'll just call it. Like, he'll call it himself. Like,
he'll call it what?
Call it himself.
Himself. Yeah.
Like, please, y'all, just try to picture that you're playing like a wideout or something.
He say, picture being a wideout.
And they call like something that's not gonna work.
He said he called something that's not fitting to work. I love hearing that.
Fit to work.
I love
Me
how he
too,
said
bro.
it's not fitting to work. It ain't worked all game. It ain't worked all game. It's not gonna work. And he's like, man, hell no, dog. Just get to the line. I'll tell you what to do. I feel you. Because are they gonna bench Dak? If he does that, are they gonna bench him?
No, we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about. Hold up.
Tony here to say, go line up on the ball. Then, like, look, that they'll do like downset hut, fake snap. Like, Tony was the quarterback. Like, him and Travis Frederick, like, they were so smart. Like, they can do like a fake snap count to where Tony can know the defense just by how people would line up. And so he'll call the play based off of the stuff he sees. And so the Green Bay Packer game, if you go back to the very beginning, he tells me to do the hitch route. Like, he tells me to do it. It's not called just like a step deeper. When you go back to the Detroit Lions game, like the first deep touchdown, like when they called back from the third down pass interference fake play that they called on me, and he came right back. That was based off of him. Like, that was him. The game winning touchdown, that was based off of him. Like, those wasn't plays called. And like, the reason why, like, I say that is like Tony's the guy. Like, if we gonna lose, that we gonna lose his way, not on the way of, man, this ain't finna work. And so that's why, like I say, like, most of my touchdowns came from Tony just giving me signals.
I'm done. And see, because that's the big part. He said most of his most, not from design plays.
From me changing it.
All right, so, and y'all forgive me for losing it. Real. I didn't know my audio was that loud that day. I was
I thought it was perfect because I was feeling it because, you know, so many times when we would see the line of scrimmage and Tony would come up there snapping his fingers. Remember when he would come down and he'd snap his fingers, look at Dez, and he'd snap his fingers right quick. I'm like, oh, he got something in store right there. You feel me? He's switching it up. And, you know,
I'm gonna just say it big. I'm gonna just say it straight up. That you cannot be no way, no company, man. You cannot do it.
But it's too late.
You gotta change.
It's too late, boss.
You gotta change,
it's too late. It's too late. He been there 8 years and he ain't did it yet. How all of a sudden he gonna do it, boss? He ain't never gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it in Dallas. You know why? They ain't gonna let him.
Oh, so hold on, wait. So they let Tony, but they wouldn't let him?
They love Tony.
See, I think this, I'm gonna tell you why I think this is the perfect
time. They love Tony.
No,
they don't love
Dak, do they? This is why I think
this
is the perfect time for him to do it. What did Mike McCarthy say? Who offense did he say it was?
He said it was Dak's.
All right, then why y'all got a problem with me changing it?
I feel you.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if he would have been under a different regime.
I feel you 100%.
But now y'all done already entitled me and said, this is my offense, so don't try to get the keys back.
Doesn't Dak have the most leverage right here? So why doesn't he go out blazing?
That's what I'm saying.
You got the most leverage right here, so why aren't you going out blazing?
It's no way Gallup should get all them targets and CeeDee gets 7 and
I love you, Gallup, but
no way.
F it. You're not getting
like, Law, am I tripping to say Dak gotta say, Bro, that's 10 targets to Gallup, man. No, we can't do that, man.
Well, what if Gallup? To be devil's advocate, what if Gallup is his boy and Cooks is the new guy, and he's trying to feed his boy,
That don't make no sense.
That's what he's
that
doing.
Don't make no sense. If that's what he's doing, that's terrible. That makes no damn sense.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Hey, he had 10 targets. He had 10 targets with 3 receptions. Everybody else was perfectly. All I can say, and that's the last game. All I can say is that my only thing is with Dak Prescott is we want to see him play loosely. We don't want to see him play like he got his mom and them in the car with him and they telling him, hey, make sure you got both hands on the steering wheel, make sure you got the seatbelt on, right? So what Dak Prescott need to do is continue to do the things that he did in that Chargers game. Hey, go through his progressions. Hey, if he don't see it, tuck it and run. Get out of bounds. Be positive with your drives. Trust what you can make out there. Be the reason why the Cowboys win. Don't be the reason why the Cowboys lose. And I get it. I understand. DPF, Dak Prescott fault. It's a team win when we do win, and it's Dak Prescott fault when we lose. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. Play this game the way you know how to play this game, Dak Prescott, and play freely. And that's how I see Dak Prescott should be doing in these upcoming games. Don't play like you got
he played with reckless abandon. He played with reckless abandon for the first time in 100 million years against the Chargers. And guess what? We look like a different team on offense when he was out there running, scrambling. How many times have I sat there and said, when you stop sitting in the pocket deck and trying to be this guy. Take your ass when you see ain't nothing there, run. We was a whole different team. We were a stronger team. We were a better team. When Dak said, F it. Hey, ain't nothing open. I'm running. F it. Because I said that play where he ran that touchdown, I don't believe that was called. I believe that was called to go to Pollard, and he saw it at the last second. That's why he fumbled it, because Pollard was trying to take it, and he was like, I see it at the last second. I'm going to take it and go with it. That's what it felt like to me. That's why he wasn't giving Pollard that ball, because he saw it at the last second that backer was biting so hard. I see this opening. I'm going to go ahead and take it, because Pollard looked surprised. Because guess what? They had that play. They knew that exact play. Pollard was going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on that play because they knew that play. And I feel like Dak saw it at the last second and took it. That's why in my head I was like, damn, Dak, that's the Dak I've been wanting to see for 100 years. Why don't you do that every damn game? Say, bump it. This is my offense. This is my team. I'm going to do it my way. You just said, boss, Frank Sinatra, we got too many of them. Well, I want Dak Prescott to be Frank Sinatra and say, I'm doing it my way. I need Dak Prescott to do it and take over this team or something. Or guess what? This is going to be another season where we're going to be mad at the end unless somebody takes over, gets aggressive and said, I'm done with this. I'm tired of this. We need to win. You see all these fans right here? I mean, they should think of us too, y'all. I'm sorry. They should. We bleed this. I know we ain't putting pads on. I know we're not doing that. I know a lot of us, we're not. But man, we bleed this, dog. We bleed this for this Cowboys organization. We are rotted out. We would go through a wall for this, man. Y'all, so many fans would do this. We just want our players to have that same type of energy. And to me, it just seems like they just cool with lose. I'm not saying they're cool with losing, but it just feels like the sense of urgency. It's like there's not a sense of urgency in this organization still. I feel like there's not a sense of urgency. And until that sense of urgency comes about again, we're going to win games. We're going to have good records, but we're still going to miss the mark. And that's got to stop, y'all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You got it? I'm tired of it. I'm 51. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on this damn earth. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing us get there, lose. Get there, lose. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, fellas, because they done neutered us from the top, and they don't want a real coach like a Jimmy Johnson. They don't want that aggressive. He was aggressive. They don't want aggressive in that building. And if we don't take aggressive, we're going to still middle. We're going to still middle.
Yeah.
We're going to keep having that damn talent every damn year.
The main reason Dak needs to go ahead and do the Frank Sinatra, because if you don't, you go allow them oligarchs to get in the way with their meddling hands. It's just that simple. So a lot of times, like, cause see, and it also applies to Dan Quinn too. Dan Quinn getting handled too by them. People think it's just Mike McCarthy. It's Dan Quinn. Like, you mean to tell me Dan Quinn don't understand that Fowler is better than Armstrong? Yeah, he know. He know. But guess why? Armstrong still getting more snaps. Because the drafted guys, the drafted, it's the Stephen Jones way. It's what it is. Hey, yeah, we got a mountain of super chats.
Man, I got 12.
Go ahead and get y'all's
man.
off. Yeah, I I don't be banging like y'all, so I just sit back and listen.
Wait a minute.
So the first one say, remember when Dak told Dez to get open and I would throw you the ball? He needs to tell Michael Gallup. Yep.
All right.
Not even just say it to him, but just don't throw it to him unless he wins.
Yeah.
Then Chris 214 said Lamb, Cook, Ferguson should be top 3 priorities. I'm gonna take one more. Then it's on you, Law. Then he said Parsons is a great player, but he is no leader. Like, nah, we gotta question Micah Parsons' leadership. We do. Like the way that he been moving, you gotta question it. There's nothing wrong with questioning that. That's fair.
I mean, he is young still, so I'm gonna give him that. But yeah, somebody gonna have to talk to him.
Yeah, just tell him, man.
Talk
jersey swapping. Like we just saw the dude you swap the jerseys with say no. You can say no too.
Yeah. But hey, kid in the candy store, man, I feel him. Are you ready for me to read mines, huh?
Yeah. Let's take.
Shout out to Chris Hughes with $1.99, and then I got short. The Banks for $9.99 for the super chat. He says, which kidney would you give up for Derrick Henry, and which would you give up for Jonathan Allen? Also, what would it take for us to pay Miami to trade MG for Cedric Wilson? Nah, giving up both kidneys, man. You dead. Are y'all giving up any kidneys, man, for Derrick Henry or Jonathan Allen?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Giving them no kidneys.
But I'll pick up the phone and entertain. You got to at least pick up the phone and call Jonathan. Call the Washington team, especially if they lose this weekend against the Eagles. And then you got to pick up the phone and call, the Titans and see. Just ask. You just never know. All right, got a $10 super chat from Henderson. He says, my wish list is the first round draft pick for Pat Surtain Jr., cornerback for a trade. Also trade for Derrick Henry, running back. He will be the hammer. And Zach Ertz, tight end. T.Y. Hilton, wide receiver, speed kills. Let's win a Super Bowl number 6 by all means necessary, basically. Are y'all doing that trade, giving up a first round draft pick for Pat Surtain?
For him only.
For him only. Zach Ertz, he's on the IR now, so he's a no-go. Derrick Henry, I would love to see him in the Cowboys uniform, but we can't give up the form for him. I got $4.99 super chat from Rich Coleman. Jerry already bought the grocery. It's time. It is the cooks burning the food, aka the coaches. So Rich Coleman is the belief of the coaches messing this up.
Man, man. You just got to peep game, bro. Like when you see the same receiver by committee approaches from multiple coaching regimes, that means it's not coming from the coaches. Because think about it. Scott Linehan, what was he doing when he was at Detroit, Big? Was he running the ball or chunking that thing?
Yeah.
And was he targeting his best receiver or not? He was targeting Calvin Johnson. I can't hear you, Big. So, anyway.
All right. And then short the Banks, man, for another $9.99. He's sponsoring this show, bro. He was saying about $30 in here. Appreciate you, man. He says, what would you give Derrick Henry? And then he says, Jonathan Allen, Latinos, and how would you pay for a trade for Michael Gallup? So he sent the same super chat again. But shout out to you, man. We appreciate you. We already answered that, but we appreciate you. And Brandy, she said, "Stop fanboying for Michael."
I like her. I like her super chat the best.
Yeah,
for the
stop
199.
fanboying.
Stop fanboying, Micah.
Stop fanboying. We don't like them. I like you, Brandy. I love that super chat.
Yeah. Just let them know, man, that week 9 is personal, man. Hey, against the Rams, to me, against the Rams this upcoming week, it's personal. I can't forget about what C.J. Anderson did to us in that playoff game. You know, some people don't
Rams
remember
is
that.
always a damn competition, dog. We had like the Rams. That game is always personal with the Rams.
It always,
It's always
the hell.
Forever, you know. Jake the Great, well, for $199 for your mind. I never seen a hungry lion do so much talking. Dirty Sanchez for another $4.99 for your mind. He says, thank you for the support, though. Micah Parsons is acting like a young Simba.
Ooh.
He needs to go on his Hakuna Matata tour.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Well, what? Hey, I feel you. Then you go back again with a $4.99. I meant to say he's coming off of a Hakuna Matata tour. Hey, grow up, you know, that's what he said. And then Dirty Sanchez again, baby. Man, he's sponsoring this show.
Sanchez ain't playing.
Sanchez ain't playing, bro. He got that Bill Gates change, man. Hey, hook a brother up, Dirty Sanchez. True that Dak, he said, true that Dak is acting like Tito. Jermaine Jackson, Tito and all that. Okay, true that. Yeah.
You got
and
one
last
more
but not
Chris.
least,
Yeah.
Chris 214. Sooner or later, the Giants and Washington will figure it like the Eagles. We need to take advantage of the opportunities now. So he's talking about, look, both of those teams are very talented. And I told people before the season kicked off and they tried to shank me with the butter knife. I said what I said. I said that Tyrod Taylor is a poor man's, or just like Jalen Hurts. In the right system, he'll be able to cook. He'll be able to cook. And the Washington team, they just missing a quarterback, bro. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
For those two.
All right, and so with my super chats
and a coach.
Or the Boss Cowboy Sports, what we got over here.
Appreciate y'all for the super chat, though, by the way.
He said, you think Tyler Smith become Ronald Leary? Better.
Yeah.
If he stay at left guard, he could be better.
Better.
And then my boy said, I hate to say it, but Micah kissed the ring. He talking about that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be real careful, man, how you talking, man, like about the competitor, man. He said, then I read that they got the draws. And then my boy Dr. Dream said, but y'all act like that and ignore Micah has pissed off the media. Yeah, we was proud of him for pissing off the media. We just not proud of this.
I wasn't proud of it. Don't put me in that mix. I was never proud of nothing.
I love
Nope, I was never proud of nothing.
I love them talking about it. You see how they stepping around now?
No, here's the thing. But here's the thing though. Micah can go on there and here's the thing. Micah can go on his podcast and say, hey man, the Phillies got a good team, they got this and that, but F them.
Or
he can say that. Can he do that?
Yeah, or
can he say?
You can just say Philly's a good team. We got to take them serious and stop talking after that.
Yeah. He don't have to go down the list.
Hall of Famer. This guy. This.
You don't got to say that. You can say they're a damn good team. But guess what? When we play them in 2 weeks, we got something for that ass.
We got something for that, you know. I mean, that would be the better approach, man. Because I'll be looking at somebody sideways if they keep talking about your ladies. Yeah, man. Ooh, yeah, boss got a nice lady, man.
She bad, but I ain't trying to holler though. I ain't trying to holler. But she bad though. She's super bad.
She got some
She's
spice,
bad.
Oh man,
She's super bad. But I ain't trying to get with her or nothing like that. But you know what? Just don't let her be here by yourself though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Big Dick said, F jersey
don't bring her around me.
He said,
it's okay to give her props. It's okay to say, yeah, man, boss got him a nice one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, and that's it. That's it. As boys, as homies.
Yeah,
that's it.
He did too much. It was just too much. And then he said, F jersey swaps definitely after getting beat up. Agreed.
Yes, you don't never do nothing like that. I don't like jersey swapping, period.
And then you see Christian McCaffrey was like, no, I'm good. It's a reason why, bro. It's like when you're trying to win it all, you got to rally your guys. You're not going to be out there like, yeah. Anyway.
Everybody's watching, dog.
Everybody. Then he said Zeke imposed his will. He was our edge. That's true.
I will say that.
Yeah, we are
I will
missing
say
that.
that.
And we
I
got
will agree
another
with
super
that.
chat. He said the line is blocking, but you have to have running backs that trust the hole when they don't see it. When they don't see it, I don't see them blocking well, Coach.
No, they're not blocking like that now. Can't agree that with that. They're not blocking.
My guy Okoye called it messy gaps. It's just like
yes,
when you have
messy. Yes.
Yeah, he says
It's just cluttered. It's cluttered. It's always cluttered, man. I mean, and OC, I know you see this. Man, when they do counters and traps, everything is always cluttered. There ain't never no holes there.
Well, the reason why, and just not to interrupt Super Chaz, the reason why is because play side, you have down blocks. So when you lose play side and you're not getting movement and you getting penetration play side, that messes up counter traps. So that's why it looks so messy and cluttered. You see, as an example, you see Tyler Smith pulling from left to right, and then he's tripping or he's running up the back of offensive lineman. That's because they got pushed in the backfield. So we're losing at the point of contact play side. We're even losing on some double team blocks. So thus it's no seams. That's why.
Right.
Go ahead.
We need to get the Micah Strahan gaps, man. We need to figure out a way, man.
Right.
And then my boss said he sent a fat one. He said, can we as Cowboy fans stop saying Cowboy Nation? We should call ourselves the Cowboy Empire. Because a team is not domestic.
We ain't no damn empire. You'll
Plus,
get that super chat,
that
dog.
dark side. We them boys.
The power of the dark side.
And see, the problem is you right, bro.
Rome fell.
That dark side, but the problem with Micah Parsons just killed that. Just to be honest, bro, he killed it. Good. See, I was playing that last week. I can't play it no more. It's dead.
No, because why would you go in there and say one thing and then come out your mouth double talk and say all these great things about the team?
Yeah,
what the hell?
That's
That's Hollywood.
There's
that's
nothing
Hollywood.
about that that's villain. Like
that's Hollywood.
Because you got a good idea and left for $20 for that idea. That's a good idea to call ourselves the Empire, but that would be true if we had somebody that was.
Your hate has made you powerful.
We ain't got nobody embracing hate. Who embracing hate the way we can call ourselves the Empire?
Nobody embraces hate.
So good idea, but you gotta have the people to actually implement that. And then
I think the only person that may embrace hate on that squad, from what I see, is J-Ron Kearse.
And Hank.
He is the only. And Hank, I don't know about Hank.
Jonathan Hankins played like that on San Fran. He played with hate.
He did.
He does. He does play hard. He does play hard. But when they asked him and he said about that matchup before they played, he had a quote on the tweet. I don't have the exact quote, but he was like, "I think our guys are ready." Once I heard "I think," I said, "We getting our ass kicked."
Yeah. The F said, "Boss, I'm pushing back." Oh, we already talked about that. He pushed back on the convo, wanting us to be aggressive on the trade deadline. I'm open for us to be aggressive. I am. It's just that let's talk about what we need. He said we have 6 games in 30 days. Schedule sucks. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
6 games in 30 days, man. Hey, but we built for it, man. We know November.
Are we?
Is coming. We know November is coming.
Hey,
you know the craziest thing, Big Game James, the OC, the boss.
Yeah,
it's not like damn it, they didn't know that it was going to happen, that we play on Thanksgiving, that we're going to have all of these games in November. Right. So they should be prepared and ready. They should be already equipped for that particular moment. And if they're not, then shame on them.
And I will say this before we get into our final words. This is the best one. Get the likes up, everybody. Like the likes was down pretty much all show. That
probably because we wasn't doing unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah, and then a lot of times
we were too negative today, huh?
We was real negative today. We was real. No, we was real. It ain't negative. It's real. It's real. And some fans don't want to hear that because some fans don't want to hear the truth. They don't, and that's why they want you to shut up. Just like in real life, when people start speaking truths about things, people want you to shut up. They want you to keep your mouth quiet because they don't want to hear that real truth.
Yeah, and that's what it is. So with the final word, we obviously got the Rams coming up. This is going to be an opponent that on paper we're better. But this is another team that you cannot fall asleep on. This is a team that's dying or can be revived. Everybody circles the Dallas Cowboys. See, that's what San Fran has now realized. See, San Fran has now just realized that. They are now going through what we've been going through for years, that every time a team come across you, they circle you.
Yeah.
So now you starting to see San Fran get knocked off by these teams with bad records because you can't take no games off. And that's how we got to approach these Rams. Don't approach it based on their record. Approach them with hate. Even though y'all being friendly, I still got to tell you, change your strategy and approach it with hate, because trust me, the Rams hate you. That's my final word.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, what do we learn the last 2 weeks with San Francisco? Man, NFL means not for long. Any given Sunday, any team can be beat any weekend of the year. So the Dallas Cowboys got to come into this game with the Los Angeles Rams with the same attitude and perspective. And I'm going to say the Rams have circled this game because they know if they can knock off the Cowboys, that can potentially turn their whole season around. So will the Cowboys be wise? Will the Cowboys bring the intensity? Will the Cowboys give the ball to their best players in a variety of ways? Will the Cowboys bring the tough mentality, the determination, and the intensity to win this game? If we do, we're going to see our season swing up. If we don't, we going to come back on the show next week with a whole bunch of questions. That's my final word.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
One of the pivotal moments of the this Big Game James turn, my bad.
Boy, you was ready, boy. Oh, you see how that boy came in? That boy came in. What is the pivotal moment?
One of the pivotal moments. I'm glad I didn't let it out. Go ahead.
Boy,
Ooh, I was about to. Ooh.
I saw it. We waiting on you, Big.
I forgot about Big Game James. And remember,
Big, we can't hear you, bro.
I had the voice and everything.
I saw it. You was on it, bro. I can tell you was in your zone. Ooh.
I'm stalling for you, Big. If I know Big Game James can't say nothing. Micah must have got him over there.
Big froze, man. What's going on with Big?
Okay, here I am. All right.
The line got him.
My bad.
The line.
Hey, my final word gonna be short and sweet, man. Just bouncing off Boss. I made a video last night and I said I want the Cowboys to start playing with anger, hate.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yes.
Y'all got to play angry. Y'all got to play with hatred. Y'all got to play frustrated. Y'all got to play like that's what y'all got to play with.
For real.
And to OC's point, OC said everything right, but you know what he kept on saying that was pissing me off, and nothing he said was wrong. But you know what he kept on saying was pissing me off. When he said if we, I hate that. Okay? I'm tired of it. I hate that because it's true. We have all that, but we all sitting there. Are you going to bring it this week? I'm tired of feeling this way, man. I'm tired of feeling. Are you going to bring it this week, you guys? Is the Cowboy is the team that we saw last week? Is that team going to show up, or what team is going to show up? I hate that, and that needs to change, and that's my final word.
Oof, my God, I got it. Hold on.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big Game James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
So at the end of the day, man, one of the pivotal moments of the movie, The Lion King, Simba had to remember who you are. You are my son, the one true king. And those are the things that this team got to remember. Micah Parsons, he's the lion out there. And yes, there is things as it relates to leadership and business. You got to take that. And then on top of that, there is the outside perception, right? So sometimes people will say, hey, the reality of it is your perception is your reality. We don't need that. We don't need that type of energy out there. But nevertheless, we like what Parsons brings to the table versus the LA Rams this week. Let's stay focused. Let's stay locked in. Let's not look down the line and see what other teams are doing. It's all about what we're going to do against those doggone Rams. We got to show up, show out, and give them our best. And on top of that, hey, y'all, I always say this. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And the Rams are going to look at this and say to themselves, they're going to try to springboard their season off of this. We need to look at it and say, nah, we trying to match good games on top of each other. We just beat one LA team. Now it's time for us to beat another LA team. They are not going to give us longitudes and latitudes if we are short on our goal. And our goal need to be winning this game and getting prepared. Look, this bye week was a successful one to us. You know, the Rams, I mean, not the Rams, but the Lions lost. Yep. They were pretty much on top of their division as well as successful. Hey, the Giants won. That knocked the doggone Washington team down a little bit. Facts. And on top of that, the doggone 49ers just lost the other day.
We won.
So we are in control. We are in control of this because if we win out, and we take care of our business, then we can have a home playoff game. We can be going down this thing and saying that, hey, these are the moments. But every game is very much so an important game. It's very much so. Last year, the Jaguars was an important game. Now that we look at it out the hindsight being 2020. Packers game, we took that for granted. We was up by so many points. That was a very important game. Now look at it. You see? So we need to be looking at this Rams game. This is a conference game. Let's whoop them. Let's let them know that we ain't folding up like a wallet or a lawn chair. And when we knock you down, we ain't picking you up. That is the name of the game, Cowboy Nation, and everyone to listen. And that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC, Mike.
Hey, we came on a mission and capture or kill. Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah, wanna, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah, kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, yeah. Count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.